Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to episode 259.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
260 next week.
Wow.
259 episodes of The Sit Down. Incredible. Mm-hmm. Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I'm your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, joined, as always, by the greatest co-host in all the galaxy, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday. Happy almost spring. Almost.
Is this? How far are we from spring?
Happy March. Happy first Sunday of March.
It's kind of warm. No, actually, it's not.
Spring is soon enough.
It's warmish. It's been a pretty warm winter overall. Mm-hmm. But there have been a couple cold days.
Just a few.
And there have been days when I had to be outside. I was like, what's this? How was your week, Regine?
My week was great. I went to Lob Toronto on Friday. Have you heard of it?
I have not. LOB? Mm-hmm. What is it?
It's like a mixture of mini golf meets bocce ball.
So you're hitting around...
Instead of like, I don't know how to play bocce ball, but it's like balls that you throw like they're playing bocce, but on like a course that's like mini golf.
So you there's no club.
No.
You throw the ball and you're trying to get it into the hole. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
No, it's not a hole, but there's like a score, ranking score. It was kind of cool. Huh. I sucked completely, but it was fun.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
That's what I did. How about you, Scott? How was your week? You were busy.
Yeah, I was pretty busy. Friday night, I did a video shoot for... I probably shouldn't say what it was for, but it was cool. But then I'm kind of tired because I spent the whole night... the night before, I had to build the set for it. And it's cool. I built these flats. And they're all like, I'm going to be able to reuse them now for future stuff. But it's basically like all these flats that I could repaint to be whatever I want. And then have like a backdrop behind me. And you're going to see a lot of these flats in the future, everybody. But
That's why you sound a little rough this morning.
Yeah, I was up till like 3 a.m. painting it the night before the shoot. And then by the time we finished the shoot that night, and then I was cleaning up, it was like, again, 3, 4 a.m. So I just feel a little run down, as they say.
Sounds like it. How's I'm Just Ken? It's March.
So the music is done.
Okay.
The music is done. So even though it didn't finish, because I had to prep for this shoot that I just did, the music itself being finished is such a big step in the right direction. You know what I mean? So it's coming. It's coming maybe by the end of this week. We'll see. It's good.
It better be. I've given you an extension. So for those who just tuned in and have no idea what the heck we're talking about, so Scott has created a cover of I'm Just Ken, and he was supposed to put it out by the end of February.
We set the goal, yeah. But, it got busy. But I did work on it a lot and got a lot of stuff done. So I think it was good. Even though I didn't get there, setting the deadline for myself was good. We should bring in our guest.
We should. You almost cheers in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, when I was when I was bringing my mug up to do the...
He's like, do you want to cheers?
Like, we're cheersing? I'm like, yeah,
we'll cheers when we bring him on.
We'll cheers. You introduce.
So I'm excited to have our guest on the show because just speaking to him feels like we have a lot in common. If you're wondering where my t-shirt came from, it actually came from his company. Not only is he the CEO of Kalamansi Collective, but he is a avid noodle lover, loves to eat noodles.
Delicious.
And has lots of experience in Broadway. And I'm shocked this is his first podcast appearance, but I'm so happy that it is.
Broadcast. Oh,
podcast. Not broadcast. Podcast experience.
No, you said Broadway. I was like, musicals? He's in a musical?
Surprise.
Did you see me in Aladdin last week?
There you go. So let's welcome to the sit down for the very first time the CEO and founder of Kalamansi Collective, Kris.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Are we going to cheers? We
Yeah,
should
let's
cheers.
Yes, now we're going to
Cheers.
cheers. There we go.
There we go. Awesome.
There we
Cheers.
go. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So I guess right off the bat, why don't we start with...
Who the heck are you?
Yeah, who are you? But
From?
tell us about Kalamansi Collective.
Yeah, so my name's Kris. Kalamansi Collective was kind of born out of wanting to be more prideful of being Filipino, and so we kind of I was working on it for a while, and then I got laid off from my job, and I kind of put in all the effort and all my time into it, and I launched it in June. Basically, we want to pay homage to immigrant families and celebrate the fruits of their labor. We called it Kalamansi because if you've ever had the fruit, it's small and has a powerful taste. And since it's the Philippine lime, it's just like Filipino, small and packed, powerful punch. So that's what we want to do. And we honestly, a lot of our stuff that we put out, we want to be able to say, there's some messaging behind everything we put out. We want to make sure that it's relatable to Filipinos, but also aesthetically pleasing for people who are not Filipino and want to just wear a piece of beautiful clothing. So that's what we're doing.
And
Sweet.
speaking of beautiful clothing,
Regine's got a shirt.
I do. So this is your Not Today Tita
Yes.
t-shirt. Can you tell us? Because this has been very popular.
Yeah, so it just came out. We released it on Blue Monday, and the shirt says "Not Today, Tita," and on the back it says this. Don't let your tita ruin your mental health. And a reason why we did that is because we know how toxic some titas can be. We know
Tita being like your Filipino auntie.
Yeah, your Filipino aunties. And it's, over the time it's been out, a lot of people have said, you know what, this is in every single culture. We need to kind of push back and say, hey, this is enough. We don't need this kind of criticism in our lives. We don't need you to be harping on us for things that we don't have control of.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to lose weight? Look, why are you dressed like that? We don't need that in our lives. And the amount of people and Filipinos that I've seen on TikTok that have broken down on social media and cried and cried and cried again because of how their toxic family members have treated them. It was just a wake-up call. And one thing that we really wanted to do for this shirt is that we wanted to give back to something that's going to help mental health initiatives or help the Asian Canadian community with their mental health. Basically, we have decided to donate a portion of the proceeds to the Blossom Fund. It's from Representation, and they basically help Asian Canadians find therapists.
Wow.
So, it's not just for Filipino titas, but it's also for aunties and titos, and so we just want to give back. Yeah, and there's a little secret inside the shirt if you ever purchase one.
Oh, cool.
I've
Regine
seen
knows the
it.
secret, but you
I've
got to get
seen
one if
it.
you want to see it.
Yeah.
If you want to see it. Yeah, you know what it is? It's a bluntness, right? That can come across where you've put on weight. You
When
know
are
what I
you
mean?
going to get married?
It's like I just saw. I haven't seen you in 6 months, and I see you immediately, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So cool, and it sounds like it resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can just think about one experience that as a kid, when I went over to a family friend's place, and I walked over, and their son was the same size as me, and I went over to their place, and he asked me, he's like, "Don't you have a lock on your fridge?"
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm like, why do I need a lock? I'm like 7 years old.
What
and
in the
that
world?
that person said, or that family friend was like, "Don't you have a lock on your fridge?" And like, not to body shame or anything, but their child looked the exact same size as me. So how come
You were
why did I get it?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some uncles and titas just don't have control, and that's where we kind of need to push back and say, not today.
No, 100%. I clearly resonate with the shirt that I bought one, and just to not expose too much. I mean, like, I went through it, especially doing pageantry. Like, it's always, you gained weight, you lost too much weight. Why are you wearing that? Why does your hair look like that? You're too dark.
Yeah.
And I remember making a post on Facebook one day about going through racism in Toronto and all these different things. And I was just like, I was terrified to post it, specifically on Facebook, because I'm like, what are my family members going to say? And I was like, do I just block them from this post? Like, I was like, just post it. But no, it's crazy. But I love that, you have this platform and you've shared your, not just your t-shirts, but like you have your hats, whereas like support local Filipino businesses. I think it's fantastic. And
Thank you.
not only in Toronto, but the fact that you have reached out to, so like Mama Lulu has a
Yep,
t-shirt on,
yep.
like she's the epitome of don't let your tita
Yeah.
ruin your mental health.
And she loves our stuff. Ollie, her son, has been super supportive of our pieces, has always been supportive of us as a company, and he supports local Filipino businesses as well. So
does.
it's really kind to see that, especially with him. He has a huge platform, and his mom has a huge platform, his sister as well. And combined, I think it's about 3 million just on Instagram.
Wow.
So that platform has helped us, but he's doing it with a good intentions.
Mama Lulu is
Yeah.
hilarious.
She's awesome.
She is hilarious.
I can just scroll and watch their videos for days.
Right? Or her reaction videos are even better.
Yeah, and honestly, like every market we do, we have her photo there, and everyone points to Mama Lulu.
No.
It's her and Andrew Fung. Everyone else is like, oh, okay, cool. But like her and Andrew Fung are the ones who get the most recognized on that board.
Of course. Well, can I just say, I am surprised to hear that you launched in June, which
Yeah.
makes sense because I did meet you in June at the festival, the Filipino festival.
You
in
met us at our launch
Scarborough.
date. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, that was when we. Well, our
Wow.
launch date was the 12th, but the festival was on the 10th. So it was like a
wow.
pre-launch kind of thing.
Well, your merch caught my husband's attention, and that's what he's like. Look at their T-shirt. It's
Yeah.
an infamous Imelda Marcos shirt. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
And because he saw it, and that's when you and I had first connected. And there's just something about you where I was like, I want to get you on our show.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it was just like, I want to get him on our show. And now it took a couple months, but you're here
Yeah,
now.
we're here. Exactly. Yeah.
And I see some bags. over
Yes,
there.
I got you guys some bags. So these are very popular. This bag contains Filipino party leftovers. We have a small one and a large one with zippers. So you guys can fight over which one you
Very
want.
nice.
I claimed the big one
All right.
already.
Thank you very much.
I also brought some snacks from yesterday's festival from our friends from Tama Tama.
Where were you yesterday?
I was at Mel Lastman Square. For
This bag
This was an
is
outdoor
massive.
festival, you're right?
it was an
yesterday.
outdoor festival. It was cold. It was so cold. Some conchinta from Claire's.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe I have some cookies here as well. So enjoy.
Oh, my
guys.
God.
Look at these.
You won Scott's heart over.
I love food episodes.
I know you do.
And I didn't even know this was going to be one.
Me neither.
Look at that.
I just wanted a t-shirt.
I wanted to make sure I can bring food into the studio.
Always.
Always. Look at that. We got these. What are these? I can never. What are these made of?
Conchinta?
What's it? What makes?
I was told it was made out of
Glutinous.
tapioca, but I think it's made out of rice.
I thought it was glutinous rice.
Yeah.
What makes it orange?
Food coloring.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I was like, is there egg or something? Is it?
I
egg?
think it's the egg yolks.
there's egg yolk.
Yeah, possible. I'm not 100% sure.
If
I
you're
should have asked your
watching-
dietary restrictions first before I.
He's a vegetarian, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Let
long as it's
me-
delicious.
let me
Okay. What
search.
kind of cookie we got here?
I think they're just chocolate chip cookies.
Wonderful.
Should we
Bo-
just
from
talk about
Bomba
how I
Sweet.
just destroyed I changed my entire... I'm
Change
gonna
your
look
what?
at my phone later. I changed my settings on my phone somehow.
And now you don't know like what you've done.
I'm like, what did I miss? What did I lose? It's okay.
So what is this? This looks like
It looks like pandesal.
It looks like an ube pandesal from our friends at Tama Tama. I know there's ube halaya inside of it. So,
You won me with
All right.
ube.
cheers.
Oh. I was just going to go. You said ube halaya, and I was like, down.
they're good people.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put it on Chris's camera, please.
Okay.
Look at that.
Boom.
It's got a filling.
Sorry, Chris, I turned you
No,
into-
it's all good. I would be turned into an ube. It's okay. I'm all right with that.
So how was it working at an outdoor event in
the
winter
middle
at
of
Mel
winter.
Lastman Square?
So cold. We were told that it was indoors, so we signed up and it was indoors, and we were just like, okay, I can do it. And I love indoor markets because it's warm and you can just walk around and no one's gonna steal anything. Well, people could, but like
Wait, they told you beforehand it was going to be indoors?
yeah. And then a week before, they were like, actually, the weather's supposed to be really nice on Saturday, so we're moving you outdoors. We get there, lo and behold, it's 9 degrees and it's cold outside. So it is. It was cold. Luckily, I brought my space heater. It did some work. It helped a bit, but it was still really cold.
You probably had to be like right next to it.
Oh, I was right next to it, and like I can feel my skin kind of like getting really warm, but it was also just like a mixture of really cold on one side. It was a small heater. It was meant for your bedroom, and for some reason it helped.
At least you brought it.
Yeah, there were other vendors that did not have it, and they were like bundled up.
I would have had like heat warmers and like thermal. Like you didn't even
Yeah.
have a winter jacket on.
I did have one, but I was wearing 4 layers underneath. So I had a long sleeve, a hoodie, a jacket, like a thin jacket, and then my super puff, the Aritzia super puff.
Was it all Kalamansi branded?
Not the jacket, but everything else, like from top. I mean, the jacket, the hoodie, and then the long sleeve underneath were all Kalamansi. Yeah. So one thing I have to do is just always have to represent every time I'm there. Like I can't pull up to an event without not wearing my shirt, like pieces. If I do, it just I find that if I don't wear my pieces in front of people that are coming by to take a look at it, it just shows that I don't even like it. So I want to make sure that people know that I'm comfortable in it. I can spend my entire day wearing this piece and be super comfy.
And that is really comfy.
Yeah, it's a nice. Looks like a nice
very comfortable.
Nice fabric and everything. Very nice. How long do you have to sit out there?
Well, we had to be there for 11:45 to set up, but it opened at 2 and it ended at 9. But
So
they said it was supposed to end at 10, and then they were like, yeah, let's shut down a bit early because it's cold. So we shut it down at 9. But by the time we like tore down, it was 10 o'clock. So it was still really cold.
Because that's tough. Like, even if you're bundled up, it's cold out. You can usually be outside for a while, but no matter how bundled you are, when there's a long amount of time, like eventually the cold gets through, right?
Yeah. And the fun part was my girlfriend, I'm fully supportive of her goals. And so she wanted to finish her 10K steps of the day.
Oh, so you waited.
So we went home, we dropped off her stuff, and we still went for a walk. So, but that's why I love my girlfriend. Shout out to you, babe. Hi.
Aww.
Yeah, it's hard. That's the other problem. So you go for your steps, but at least you're moving. Was that outside when you went for the walk?
Yeah, we went outside for a walk. It was easier because it was warmer downtown than it was uptown. And walking, I think it was just, you get your body moving. But being at the festival, you're literally staying in your 6x6 booth.
Yeah.
Just trying to walk around or move. And when you're alone doing this, you kind of have to have someone to watch your stuff if you want to step away.
Yep.
But it's difficult because, you have your cash box and you don't want to be risking that. Or even your products. You just don't want people going in
Making
and
off with
snagging
something.
it.
Were you there by yourself?
I was there by myself. I've done markets by myself like multiple times.
Was your girlfriend with you at the festival that I met you at?
She was, yeah.
Why wasn't she there? She would have got all her steps in.
I try not to get her to come in because I honestly, it's my business and I don't want to pull her away from that. And I also feel like she deserves her own time and to spend with however she wants to. But also, like, I want to be the one who is the one working hard and making sure that I can get the sales and interact with people. I think it's better to be coming from me to talk to other people, especially possibly customers, because I know I'm the one who created it, and so I want to be the one to present it, and I'm the most passionate about it. Like, I've had my goddaughter do a stand for me one time, and it's a bit different. She knows the story behind it. She knows all, like, how to talk to customers, but it's just different when the founder is there and is able to talk to you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there any other markets coming up where people might find you?
Right now, we don't have any markets right now. This is the last one of 4 in the last 4 months. Back to back.
Yeah, that's why we only got you on now.
yeah, it was really busy. We just came back from Ottawa last weekend. That was a market there, and then the weekend before was Sweet City Fest, and the weekend before that was Lunar New Year. So it's crazy. So March is going to be like a bit of a break for me for markets. I think it was too cold yesterday that I kind of like, you know what? I want to do more indoor markets if there are any.
Yeah.
But, hopefully, I know the summer is just going to be really busy. It's going to be like every weekend. And that's awesome. Honestly, there's going to be great opportunities to meet us. And it's so great to meet other people and see the people's reactions to our products. So
I love Filipino markets. I mean, we did festivals. Sorry, like we MC Taste of Manila.
Oh yeah,
it was wild.
It was a good,
That's where you should go.
Delicious day.
We're thinking about Taste of Manila.
There was tons and.
I think total they talked about 50 or 60,000 people who were there.
Yeah, they've been advertising it as 500,000. So
really? that might be possible. That might be over the entire course of the weekend.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so. Yeah,
because I think there were easily that many. Like I remember when we were on the stage, it's like you look out at the crowd and it's just people all the way.
Yeah.
You don't even know when it ends or when it starts.
Yeah, no, we've thought about doing Taste of Manila, and hopefully last year I remember we didn't do Taste of Manila, and the amount of messages that we got on Instagram were just it was out of control that we actually had to put a post up and saying that we're not at Taste of Manila.
So you launched in June.
Yes.
So what was something that happened, or was there a challenge that you didn't see coming, or what was your biggest challenge with getting it off the ground and getting things moving?
The challenge was getting it moving. It was I was working at BlogTO at the time.
Oh, wow.
When I started it. So I was just, I was playing around with different logos, designs, etc., and it never really took off until I got laid off. And I was like, okay, now I really have to put the money in, and I have to put the effort and time in to get this working. And when I ended up getting it working, my biggest worry was like, this is going to be something that lasts only a couple weeks. Like I did that festival that we met at, and I was like, okay, it's good. Like, we made a couple, we made some money, but I don't know if this is going to last long. And it was a good market, but you get your first taste of it, and then I launched 2 days after, and I'm just like, the demand is not as I expected. I think when I look at it, I looked at it in a way where like, oh, I'm going to be like the next Supreme or the next OVO where, something drops and I'm going to sell out right away. And I didn't. I had a bunch of sales in the first day, and it just slowed down for weeks. But I think that was the biggest challenge, is just like, how do I market this? And maybe I haven't been marketing it well. And yeah, maybe that was my first market, and it was the beginning of Kalamansi. But it was crazy because the first market that I met you at, we sold out of our bags. And our bags, I think we came in with 25 bags. We sold out of all of them. And we're like, okay, well, this is a nice bag. I guess people like it, and we'll keep doing it. And then we started doing little videos, and I was like, I didn't want to go on TikTok. I was like, I don't want to put a brand on TikTok. I know it's big, but like, I want to stick to Instagram. But I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. And so I did, and I got my goddaughter to just put we had a sample bag, a sample large bag for the Filipino party leftover one. And I had my goddaughter do it at a party, and I was like, just put some pancit in it, and then walk away. And we posted it with Zach Tabulo's Habang Buhay song, and all of a sudden, like maybe a couple days later, I just notifications after notifications after notifications.
Wow.
And we didn't even have that bag on our website. We only had the small bag. And so yeah, I was at a party, and it just kept going off. And I think a big challenge for that, and I didn't mean to pull off the topic, but like the biggest challenge with that was that there was such high demand, and I couldn't turn it around fast enough. Like,
oh, there's a pocket.
There is, yeah. And so the large one was not on our website, and we had the small ones, but everyone was asking for the large one. And so I'm at a wrestling event with my friend Andrew, and I'm literally asking my girlfriend to take photos of the bag, because I only had one bag and she had it. And I'm like, can you take photos of the bag? And so she grabbed all the frozen food that she had in her fridge and just placed it in her backyard and took some photos of it. And we posted it on that night. And I think in 24 hours, we sold over 300, which was insane. And so the challenge was, I had 0 bags, and I was minus 300.
Wow.
So
it's a good problem.
It was a great problem to have. So it was just like, let's get it going. Let's move it quickly. And again, this happened 2 weeks after we launched. So obviously there was self-doubt in the first week or so.
Yep.
And then this happened, and we're just like, you know what? Let's just steam forward and just like keep on going. And then, we started gaining a following, and a lot of our followers continue to like our stuff. And I think we just keep hitting it out of the ballpark right now.
You also had a little bit of controversy on your products as well.
Yeah.
That probably helped with some publicity.
Yeah, I mean, there have been some people have issues with 2 of our pieces. One piece is not
no longer
available for us. So I personally love that piece. However, it's just not. It's not the time to bring it back, or we might not even bring it back, but we'll see. And the Tita shirt, some people thought it was being genderized, and it was wrong for us to genderize just Titas. And they wanted to take the word Tita back, when in reality, Honestly,
yourselves.
yeah, I understand their frustration, and I understand that hey, there are other people, or other uncles, kuyas, lolas, moms that have also given that toxic energy to younger Filipinos. But right now we're focused on titas because they are known to be the ones that have caused mental damage to people's mental health.
Like it just sounds like it's one that spoke to, like, a lot of people can relate to that experience, right?
Yes, and that's why we did it. And we're not trying to genderize anyone. We're not saying like, titas are worse than titos. No, it's just the way that it is. It's how we all experienced it. And so again, we understand their point, but we just want to make sure that we also give back. And it's not just a shirt to make fun of titas. It's a shirt that gives back and creates awareness about mental health.
Exactly.
What do you think it was about this bag that took off the way it did? What do you think it is?
I think it's the fact that
It says Filipino party leftover.
yeah,
Yes.
every party that you go to, every Filipino party leftover.
He went to a festival.
Literally, I brought leftovers in my leftovers bag. Like, this is one of the older ones, but you brought in the leftovers bag. So, yeah, everyone is so generous. Filipinos are known to be the kindest people in the world. And so whenever you're leaving a party, you don't leave empty-handed.
Never.
You don't leave a market empty-handed. Even samples are being given out for free at these festivals.
Yep.
And so I think that's what caught a lot of people's eyes is the fact that the bag is so simple. It just says what it says. This bag contains Filipino party leftovers, right? Everyone relates to it. And yeah, we have our logo on the back, but it's super simple. I think the way that we designed it, the font that we chose, the font has a Filipino kind of essence to it.
I see that.
But yeah, I think that's why people love it. And honestly, it's funny because since we launched it, in the last couple months, there have been knockoffs. of
Shut
our bag.
up.
Yep.
Interesting. So that's like, I mean, in a way that must be, it's annoying, but probably flattering as well, right? It means you.
Yeah, it is. And so, we have registered it to be trademarked now for
I'll see
us.
that.
So it's now TM. But it's crazy because there are people on Etsy who have created, and there's even one person on Etsy with the same font, the same style.
Shut
The only
up.
thing that they changed was the capital. Well, I have a capital T on this, and they moved it to a lowercase t.
Wow.
Just to make it slightly different.
Yeah,
What the
and
heck?
literally it's the same. And we've been going back and forth with them about it, and yeah, it's, again, I understand it. It's common within our culture, but it's relatable to a lot of people because it's the Sharon bag and everyone loves it. So I understand why people would knock it off, but hey, the original one's by Kalamansi Collective.
Exactly. I also like your other pieces. Like, I almost purchased the Not Just Adobo
Yeah.
shirt. Can you tell us a little bit about, because like I understand what you mean by not just adobo, but for others who might wonder, like, do you know what I mean by not just adobo?
I need to know the context of what you're talking
There
about.
you go.
Yeah, so I can kind of dive into it. But we made the shirt called More Than Just Adobo because we believe that there's so much more to Filipino food than just the base.
I see, gotcha.
Right? And so whenever you ask someone who's not Filipino, hey, have you had Filipino food? They're like, yeah, I have. I've had adobo lumpia pancit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The three staples.
But there's so much more. And I think there's a huge shift in the culture where Filipino food is now becoming trendy. Like
It
there's
is,
the spaghetti, there's kare-kare, there's tinapa. There's so many different things that you can have in our culture, and our food is delicious. So the shirt really represents like, hey, like there's more than just that one dish in our culture. And it's like going to someone who's Indian and being like, oh yeah, I've had Indian food. I've had butter chicken. Yeah, I've had curry. I've had naan bread. Like, not naan bread, naan. But yeah, we wanted to push Filipino food forward. And I understand that there's companies out there like Loblaws that has put out, Filipino style or Filipino inspired dishes.
The Kalamansi lemonade.
Yeah, which was surprisingly good. Honestly, I'll give them props for that. But like adobo lumpia, like
It wasn't
that's
that
not
good.
a thing. That
it
is
was
not
not
a thing.
good.
So wait, it was lumpia with adobo in it?
Chicken
wasn't
adobo, yeah.
good.
It was a chicken adobo lumpia.
I tried it.
Interesting.
Not a fan.
I actually did a whole review, like in the early days of Kalamansi, of
Me
all the Kalamansi
too.
stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
or all the Loblaw stuff. It's just, oh man, it was It was not good.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the pie. I didn't.
I chucked the ube pandesal. They tried to make it into a burger bun, but it
Oh,
was
I
a
didn't even.
pandesal.
I didn't even try.
I took a bite out of it. I threw it in the garbage. Sorry, Lobos.
Interesting.
But yeah.
So it'll be like.
This is better.
Oh yeah. Tama is really
Yeah.
good.
So the idea is you'd have it with a burger.
It's just literally a purple bun.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, it's an ube pandesal that was sliced in half, and they put a burger in it with a pineapple.
yeah.
But
okay.
I mean, that's how
love
they wanted
Hayam.
you to do it.
Yeah.
I think the best item there was the Kalamansi lemonade. And,
I purchased a few of those.
yeah, I bought one.
Calamansi is it like a tiny? You said it's lime. It's like
It's
a tiny.
very-
Yeah, it's a citrus. So it's
Okay,
a
I think I've
tiny-
had it before. I'm pretty sure I've had one before.
It's yummy.
It's very good. It's a different taste. It's sweet but also tart.
Yeah.
It's not like yuzu. It's not like lime lemon. It has its own complex flavor. And that's honestly, I love calamansi. If you ever have a fresh one, squeeze it on top of some pancit.
Anything.
It will just
Ah.
elevate the
You can have
entire dish.
calamansi juice
Ew, when I went to the
I don't know if I've had that
Philippines,
before,
like
yeah.
I literally just took a calamansi and started sucking on it. Just like
because why not?
Huh.
it was so good because it's fresh there and it's from there. You don't get that in Canada.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only had one like as part of something. I don't know if I've ever actually just eaten a fresh one before. I don't think I
Yeah,
have.
it's hard to find it in Canada. Like you can find it at Seafood City, but it's like $9
It's
for
so
like 10
expensive.
pieces.
I got Gina's calamansi juice.
Those are good.
Those are really good.
Yeah, we sold that at our first market.
Oh yeah, you did. I saw that.
We were literally like, what else could we sell? So we tossed in some cold drinks, and it was a really hot day too. So it actually worked out for us. And people were like, "Hey, it's." Oh, I have to tell you this one story. I went to one market, and a Filipino tito came up to me, and Filipino titos are not really aware that these are like a lifestyle brand, this clothing brand, or whatever. He comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, my friend." I'm like, "Hey, how are you? You sell calamansi?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Why is it called Kalamansi?" I'm like, "Because that's our brand name."
That is actually the perfect impression.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Well, you should sell Kalamansi. I think it will do well." I'm like, "Me as well." If I can get them.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Yeah.
Maybe the next market.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I guess we'll do break in a second, but where can people find if they want to? You have a website. Can people order from you?
Yeah, so we are based in Toronto. Our website's calamansicollective.com, Instagram calamansi.collective. It's Kalamansi with a K, by the way, because that is the original spelling of Kalamansi.
I thought it was calamansi with a K because your name is Kris with a K.
It kind of worked out that way too, but we wanted to make sure that it was a bit different and authentic. Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't know calamansi was spelled with a K. I literally thought it was because your name is Kris
Yeah.
with a K.
It works.
Yeah.
Works.
It worked out.
All right, so look it up, Kalamansi Collective. The links will be in the description down below. And we got more to talk about, but we also do the ad break now. We're about at the halfway point. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. Let's meet them. They make the show possible, starting with Jeanette McKenzie. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at jmckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East of Markham, they do custom-made jewelry, repairs, laser engraving, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever is an absolute artist. If you have an idea for something custom you'd like made, he can make it out of raw materials. He'll just make something brand new. Or did you have something get damaged? I saw a video on his TikTok about a ring that got crushed by a car. He brought it back. He's an incredible jeweler. And find out more about them, and you can follow them on TikTok. They're blowing up on TikTok. And also on Instagram, because you can see all the behind-the-scenes repairs and things that he does. We also have an amazing deal worked out with them. If you mention the show, you tell them Scott and Regine sent you, you will get 15%, 15% off your purchase. So mention the show, tell them Scott and Regine sent you, and get a great deal on something beautiful. And you can find out more at jewelryforever.ca. Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down. Not only did she do our faces and our hair, when we do our headshots or MC an event, attend an event, but she also does weddings, engagements,
red carpet events,
date nights, pageants, corporate headshots.
Anywhere you need to be beautified.
Yes, connect with her on Instagram and Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
There you go. And if you'd like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do this so live week to week, people. And we also do the ads live week to week. What does that mean? It means you can personalize them week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time in a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. Radio Show Ad, radioshow@gmail.com.
Where'd your voice go?
You know, a little rundown. But you get the idea. We're back, everybody. Hello. And we are here with Kris from Kalamansi Collective. You're also a journalist.
Yes, I am.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I went to school for journalism. I worked multiple different places. First off at like CMR 101.5, I believe that was. I hosted a radio show there, Filipino radio show, where I had to kind of speak Taglish. And then I worked at CTV News, CTV News Channel, CTV National News, CP24, and up to recently BlogTO.
Damn.
Awesome.
So how did you get into all of that?
Well, it's funny because I wanted to just get a degree in liberal arts, and I was like, I didn't like it after the first year. So I was like, I didn't realize how often I picked up a newspaper and always read the news. And I think I just remember in grade 5 picking up the Metro newspaper, going to school.
Not the Metro.
I know, it's throwback, aging ourselves. Yeah, I picked up that, read it all the way through on my way to school, and then I realized, I'm like, you know what, I do read the newspaper a lot. I do follow up with news quite frequently. I love watching politics at City Hall, and so I ended up going into journalism, and then just kind of making my way through the industry. Made some great connections, networked. I remember in school, while other classmates of mine were doing stories on pumpkin patches and pumpkin festivals, I was at City Hall chasing Rob Ford. So that was that's kind of how I got into it. I got really passionate about it, and I started making good connections there. And I ended up working in the industry for almost 10 years.
That's amazing.
So I guess I'd be curious to just get what's your thoughts on the sort of the state of journalism now? Because I feel like one thing that's really shifted is like everything is about clickbait now, right?
Yeah.
Like there's such a desire to be first and to get something, because all of these different outlets are competing for like clicks, right?
Yeah, of course.
How did that impact, I guess, like, did you witness, maybe was there a change from when you started working in, as it transitioned, or like, I don't know, like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think, well, the state of journalism right now is really rough. It's like Bell recently just laid off, I think, 4,800 people. And not a lot of people are taking in news the same way that they used to, which is, traditional broadcast, newspapers, online articles, etc. People are seeing it taking their news off like an Instagram post.
Even though Canadian news has been banned from
exactly, yeah. And so you're just getting headlines as a post, and that's like, oh, that's enough for someone to read up and be like, okay, that's enough information for me.
Yep.
So it's moving really quickly. It's not getting in-depth investigative journalism vibes anymore, but it's getting weird because you mentioned clickbait. My previous employer, all their headlines were clickbait. It was all like, and even the publisher like agreed and said, we're trying to get clicks. Like, that is the point of what we do.
But all the comments on that one specific company is all like, okay, enough of the clickbait, enough of the clickbait, enough of the clickbait. Like,
it's funny because you go through the comment section, which I used to manage as well, and people would be like, they would tell the story in the comments so that we don't get the clicks, which is so interesting because
They summarize it for them.
some like one person will be like, well, this is what happened,
Yeah.
and then the click doesn't go there. And honestly, I mean, the way journalism is now, especially online articles, everything relies on clicks. It was newspapers, but now it's clicks, and that's how it is turned into. And you look at these headlines that are coming up, and sometimes they don't even make sense. Like, oh, man caught fire after TTC bus collides or something like that. You know, a lot of that might not even make sense because the headlines are powered by SEOs, and whatever is trending is what's going to be put in the headline.
Exactly.
And that's why it turns into clickbait. And I don't think people realize that like these headlines are generated because of the words that are trending on Google.
Yeah.
So it takes away from the journalism.
Yeah, because I guess the problem is, like you said, people will just read the headline. And the problem is the headlines are being deliberately designed to be something that will pique your interest because they want you to click the headline so you'll come in and read the article.
100%.
But so many people don't bother with the article.
No.
And so you end up with people believing something, being misled almost to a degree, right? Or thinking something was a certain way. Like usually what happens is you click a crazy headline and then you actually read it and you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't actually as bad as this headline makes it seem.
Yeah.
But the problem I find with that is it can be damaging in the sense that people who don't read the headline assume something or fill their own gaps in their mind. And yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and I mean, there's even the state of fake news and different.
Yeah.
Everyone's calling themselves a journalist now, and I have a group of my journalism friends from CB24, and we talk about this all the time, and we're like, you know, there is no governing body of who can be a journalist and who cannot.
Yeah.
Because if there was, then it would be a bit more verified, but there isn't. There's you know, there's a governing body for doctors and pharmacists.
Yeah.
There should be one for journalists, but unfortunately there isn't.
I wanted to be in broadcasting at one point.
Good thing you didn't.
Like, and then the podcast came, so this was my
Kind of are.
this is my fix.
It's got to be definitely challenging to try to get into, like, especially starting, like, say right now you want to be a journalist. It's got to be very difficult to get into it, right?
Yeah, and I'm part of Seneca's like advisory committee for their journalism program.
Wow.
And we just had a meeting, and we're just like, how do you get students to continue to be excited about journalism, despite all these cuts and the way that everything's changing? And it's also just kind of tell them, hey, you know, you might have to just do things your own way. Like a former colleague of mine has his own show and has now picked up another publication, and it might not always work for everyone, but for him it worked, and it's great for him. He has a whole staff now.
Yeah.
But if you know how to navigate it properly, then you can actually really create your own niche and your own thing.
Yeah.
Can we just like go back to you mentioning Metro?
Yeah.
I have not picked up a Metro. I don't even know what happened to the company.
They're no longer giving out newspapers.
But I just love that it was like 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Like that was gold.
I think it was called like Tonight at the end in the evening. Yeah. Tonight TO or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was you just brought me back to
So these were
place.
free newspapers that you could grab on your way into the subway and read on the train.
Yeah.
So they don't have. Is there any companies still doing that? Do they
No.
still do that anymore? I guess it
No.
doesn't make sense almost, right?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was a great idea, but I think
awesome.
they were just losing a lot of money with it. Now it
Well,
was
it
under
was
the
free.
Toronto Star, yeah. So it was tough for them, but
Yeah.
I loved reading. Like I remember, like just going on a streetcar or a train, and there's a
It's just right
newspaper there,
there.
right? And someone just left it. And I'm like, okay, I'll pick this
Sweet.
up and read it.
Yeah.
It actually was pretty cool for
Yeah.
what it was, and I wish they kind of do that now, but. You know, the subway now has internet and everyone's just on their phones now. So
Yeah.
Yes.
that's the reality of 2024.
Oh my god,
So-
that brought me back.
Yeah. So now any outlet like that is probably just putting out. Well, they're probably just tweeting or something.
Yeah, they tweet out, they put
Yeah.
out their headlines on Instagram or on their stories, and then we're like, oh, click more if you want to read more.
Yeah.
Or
And that gets their views and clicks.
they do what you do, and you put on a full-on blast of "Let's Get Bretman Rock" on my.
Yeah, we've been working on that. You know, we have a campaign that we're trying to get Brentman Rock some of our pieces. I mean, like we'd love to hook him up with some stuff. He has been seeing our posts So our campaign's called Squeeze Us Bretman, and then the S and the E's are like capital, so it's like See Us Bretman. He's been seeing our stuff. He's been seeing our posts. We're just trying to get
Come on,
him.
Bretman Rock.
Yeah, we're just trying to get
go.
Bretman. And honestly, we wanted to also give back to our fans and community by once Bretman gets the stuff, or even if he just responds to us, we'll give one of the people or one of our followers a prize pack of $150 just
I
for
joined that
commenting.
contest.
Yeah. So the contest is still on until he posts or acknowledges us.
So what we're gonna do is
Yeah.
we're gonna clip this right now. We're gonna put it on socials. Come on, Bretman. Let's.
Bretman Rock, yeah, we're happy to hook you up. We do, hooking you up, we'll hook up another follower of ours, and so we just want to share the love. And honestly, we believe that you're gonna like our stuff, and we know that it's relatable to you because you're very proud to be Filipino.
Maybe what you do is you make something with like his sayings on it.
Yeah, I could, but he could also sue me for trademark
True.
copyright.
Never mind.
So we'll see.
We're just really trying.
Probably
here.
meet him first and talk it over before you start like putting out
Yeah,
stuff
let's
in
collaborate with the Bretman. How about that?
Well, we'll get to that point. Maybe we'll one day, we'll
put it out
do a
there.
Kalamansi Bretman Rock piece.
We're
Coming
putting it
soon.
out there.
We're manifesting it right
Yeah,
now.
you're manifesting here on
Yeah.
your show on the
We
sit down.
always
Exactly.
do.
I wanted to talk about. Did you guys hear about this?
Speaking of terrible publication,
Did you guys hear about this Willy Wonka experience that happened in Glasgow, Scotland?
yeah, the lack thereof. Let's just say.
Yeah. So obviously everybody's talking about it and all the pictures. We got some of them here. What the question I have to ask about it, and the thing that I'm thinking about is like, because a lot of people online are calling it a scam. Like, oh, look at that, they just scammed people. And I'm trying to debate: is it a scam, or is it like somebody who's just sort of maybe not the best person to be putting on events, attempting to put on an event? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so coming from the event world,
Yeah.
I went to school, proud alumni of George Brown College. We did events like this as our final
Like
project.
experience type things? Yeah.
Not just like the experiential event, but more so just an event in general. And I can say the students at George Brown, my year and years prior and
Yeah.
years before, after, have put on better events than this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
They tried, but they really, really,
Do you-
really missed the mark.
So you think that they were trying to do an event and they just couldn't do it, or do you think they were just trying to basically like do as little as possible to try to get the money? Like, do you think it was kind of like there was a negative thing behind it, like he was just trying to scam people, or do you think he really did his best, but he's just not very good?
Let's ask the business owner over
I think he
here.
really tried his best to do what he could. However, with the emergence of AI, he really screwed himself over because
Yes.
he made his post on AI.
Yeah.
And that's how he sold it.
So he
It was-
used AI art to basically
Yeah.
advertise the show, like
Exactly.
yeah.
But I mean, it just looks like something out of Woodside Mall in Scarborough.
Let's see the
Well,
pictures,
'cause here-
Scott.
yeah. So the first photo we're going to show you guys. So you can see on the left, that's one of the photos he used to promote the show. Now that's clearly, well, it's a cartoon for starters, so like nobody's
Yeah.
hoping that's a photo, but that's an AI generated image. And then on the right, we're seeing a little clip of like what people actually got. Okay, so you can see like it looks like a giant bag of candy thing, a little table.
They could at least put a tablecloth on the table.
Again, I guess, yeah.
It was out of
you know,
budget.
Yeah. This here is the front gate.
They put all the money.
Okay, that
on the
doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
That doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, and then they had. So it looks like you're gonna see some of these photos. It's inside looks like a giant warehouse of some kind. Like you
Yeah.
can see, it's a big space. That's like a little rainbow arch
Okay.
thing. This one's getting a lot of views because people are like, "This is like it looks like
Meth
like a,
lab,
yeah, like a
Oompa
meth
Loompa.
like Oompa Loompa." I read a bit of an interview with her. Apparently, she was trying to do like a character of some kind. Anyway, it's very yeah.
Chris, what were you going to say?
I was
about
gonna say, I mean, she was on I think one of the networks in the UK, and they supered her, or like they titled her as Oompa Loompa that went viral.
Yeah.
And imagine
Oh my
like
God.
looking at that screenshot like 3 weeks ago and be like, an Oompa Loompa went viral.
Clickbait.
Clickbait, exactly.
And then this here again is just another part of it. So basically, it looks like a very sparsely decorated.
But keep in mind, folks paid like $45
ticket,
just
and
to get in.
They sold like 850 tickets.
And I heard that somebody even called the cops on them because they were so disappointed in their experience. To be honest, Yorkdale had a Wonka.
That was gorgeous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was free. Mind you, that was trademarked. This is not.
No, this was
So-
like an unofficial like thing. But so I tend to think it's not a scam. I think we kind of agree. Like he was. Do you think he was actually trying, or do you think he was like?
They tried, but
I think he
really
tried.
missed.
Yeah, he definitely tried, but unfortunately, it fell flat.
Because you know what I was thinking about, right? Like even as we were just looking at the photos, like you said, how the front gate looks pretty nice,
Yeah.
right? And that rainbow thing. I think in my mind, I'm thinking this. Imagine if you went to like. Somebody invited you to like their kid's birthday party and they're bringing
That's
the
what
whole
I was
class
gonna
over,
say,
right?
yeah.
If you arrive at their house, right, and you see that on the front lawn,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then you walk through this to get into the backyard. You know what I mean? And then some of these. Okay, that's not quite so much. But
See a
some-
meth lab.
Yeah. So if these were,
Happy birthday.
if these things were like distributed around the yard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like kids would leave being like, "Wow, that was like the best birthday party I've ever been to," because it's like, "Wow, look at how nice these decorations are." I think the problem must be,
Everything in between.
well, yeah, I think because again, even the size of the venue, it looks like a big venue,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I feel like it was a matter of like. Oh yeah, these things look great. And then when he actually started putting them in the venue, he realized, oh wow, I need like quadruple or 10 times the amount of decorations that I have.
No, but the thing is, if you go back to the photo where you see the rainbow, it honestly, the only thing that's really missing here is green turf. If you had grass and fake like turf, it would have looked 10 times better.
True.
Because seeing a concrete floor is the one that makes it sad.
Yes.
And they honestly, that's all they were missing. And then it could have been a bit elevated, and then the table with the meth lab, like that could have been at least decorated and like
Could have at
chocolate
least
bars or
more than
something.
one Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, and yeah, she just looks miserable.
I mean, like I come from, like I said, the event world, and you going back, to what you were saying, Scott, about birthday parties. I was a birthday party manager.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, like you said, like I think the space is bigger than what it's like having a booth at an event and having just this one bag there and an empty table.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, and I mean, like, he had the space to do a lot of things.
Maybe just the
and
budget.
It possibly might be the budget.
He could
and
have had a boat filled with candy.
honestly, and I saw videos of them just like scooping up marshmallows out of a tray from a kitchen and just giving it to kids in their
Dollarama.
hands. And I'm just like, honestly, you could have done way better going to Dollarama.
Yep.
and
Bulk
making
Barn.
it.
Just have the party at Bulk Barn, the event at Bulk
That is
Barn.
just
Actually,
like,
I saw some other coverage. They were talking about how when the kids arrived, the actors who were hired were instructed to like each kid gets a single jelly bean, and then each kid got like a small amount of lemonade, like a third of a cup of lemonade or something.
What the?
Yeah,
so what,
they're
where
really
did-
out of budget there.
But they spent. You paid $40 to
That's
get
the thing.
there.
Like the $40, that's not a small amount of money for like
No,
an event,
no.
right?
Like I'm pretty sure the Dr. Seuss experience at Square One was roughly the same price, and you got way more than what you got there.
Yeah. But again, I think that's why it's the difference between like, it feels like this guy, I also wonder, like, have you ever seen these people with, again, talking about AI, how like people will like, they'll put into Chat GPT, like, tell me the best way to do X, right? And so I wonder if like he almost typed in Chat GPT, how can I put on a great event? And then Chat GPT was probably like, well, pick a popular thing that's popular. Okay, Willy Wonka. And then it probably like said all of the steps. But then I think they were executed. He just didn't have a sense of what these decorations in a space this big, it just won't.
Give me the same budget and the same space, and let's try to recreate it ourselves.
or even if you got a smaller space, I
Yeah.
feel like the smaller space would have made it more intimate and better.
Yes.
But I mean, I've seen events like that in Toronto, and they're very underwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I guess obviously the bigger space, you want it to feel like, wow.
Yeah.
But it looks like a very, very sad party when you
Yeah.
see the photos. Okay, so then are we all kind of in agreement? It wasn't necessarily a scam. It was more like he just was kind of incompetent.
Yeah, ish. I still have some scammy feels to it.
Yeah. I kind of, I guess the only reservation I have then would be like 850 pip tickets sold, $40 a ticket. I'm not a math person, but like that's quite a large amount of money,
Yeah.
right? It's enough to put on, you'd think, a big event. The thing that I wouldn't know is like, I guess you have to know what you're going to be, you have to have booked your venue and know what you're going to do before you start selling tickets. So was it something like he budgeted this amount of money and then
Just to break you
just didn't do it right? I don't know. But one jelly bean is pretty bad.
You can even get that sponsored.
Yeah,
Or,
my
like,
guess is there were no
collabor-
sponsors. Yeah, that would have probably been even a better way to go.
Yeah,
about
like
it.
let's collaborate with the next door meth lab. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think with this situation is that he also was just trying not to get sued by like,
Yeah.
what is it, Warner Brothers, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just not trying to get sued or get
Well-
any kind of legal thing. But now he's just definitely in a way
Exactly.
bigger trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if it yes, trouble, but now this person is on worldwide. Like, this was what in the UK, and we're talking about it in Toronto. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go
that's what people were saying.
just to see it.
People are like, I want to go just to like
He's probably still open.
maybe
think so.
check.
I don't know. I thought he closed it down.
Oh,
I think he closed it down.
I would have kept it open, especially if it gone viral like that. It's all the negativity.
Maybe he's like, maybe
Easy
I
money.
should start it up and make it worse.
Yeah.
Charlie
I
and the meth lab factory.
Exactly. Then it goes to
Yeah.
brand. Yeah.
Yep. It was yeah, he's famous, but like I don't know if he's famous for like, oh yeah, I got to go to his next event.
Well, he's kind of like that
Fire Festival.
Fire Festival,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like they did Fire Festival too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Did they actually?
I heard
pretty
they
sure
did.
they did.
Yeah, I just want to try that sandwich, the one with the cheese and mayonnaise. Looks really good.
Didn't you get
Delicious.
No. Didn't you give up carbs?
I gave up carbs. Yeah, don't give up carbs for Lent. It's tough. I don't want to do it anymore.
We'll make an exception for the sandwich.
Exactly.
Yes, just a nice cheese sandwich.
Have you seen? We talked about it on the show because you talked about cheese sandwiches. Have you seen about the what is it, cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger flavored ice cream.
No. Remember
Oh.
we talked about like was it in Japan? Where it was like layers and layers and layers of cheese.
Oh, it's just
the
all
Burger King
cheese.
cheese
Yeah.
burger or
Yeah.
cheese
we were
sandwich.
talking about that on our show. Would you try it?
100%. I love cheese. I love like sliced cheese, the really crappy like
American
sliced cheese.
slice.
Yeah, the
Kraft
other day
singles?
I had a Kraft single. I just threw it in my mouth. It was great.
When I was a kid, I used to do that all the time. Just run to the fridge, grab
Now
a
I
Kraft
feel
single.
like maybe I should be doing it as a kid instead of an adult.
My favorite is when they throw cheese on babies. This is my favorite thing I watch on
I've seen a
TikTok.
few of those.
It just
They-
calms them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're just confused. Like, you see that face. We have one more segment.
Go for it.
Oh my
Our
god.
final segment.
Already.
Yeah, the show
hour
flew
went
by. It's
fast.
awesome. The final segment. Are you familiar with this item right here?
Monkeys in a something.
Barrel.
Carol, I
of
couldn't
monkeys.
think of what it is.
Monkeys into something.
So this is a classic segment we do. Every guest participates.
Okay.
And so let's introduce it. Everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
Fun.
Okay, so Regine, you can do the demo. I'll talk.
Okay.
So it starts like this. It starts on the table.
Okay.
No hands on the barrel.
I'll count 3, 2, 1, go. We'll put a minute on the timer. We say go. You grab the monkeys. You grab the barrel. Pour out monkeys. You can put the barrel aside. Grab a single monkey. Use that monkey to pick up another monkey.
Okay.
Another monkey to pick up another monkey. And so on and so forth. And you're just trying to hook as many monkeys as you can
In a minute.
in a minute.
Okay.
Have you ever played this game before?
I feel like I played it in summer camp, but
nice,
all the
nice.
monkeys were missing, so it's just a barrel.
What?
That'd be a very different game.
It became cups.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, you're trying to get as many as you can. When you run out of time, freeze so we can count them. The monkey in
right.
your hand doesn't count towards your total. It's just all the
Okay.
other.
What is the record right now?
Don't worry about
We'll
it.
tell you after.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, put them back in the barrel again.
But if for any reason there's multiple monkeys on one, it still counts.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not expect this. I woke up this morning not thinking I was going to be
Sorry.
trying to beat a record.
This is it. This is the biggest challenge of your entire career.
I am,
Be ready.
this is harder than starting a business.
All right, start. Keep it close. Keep it close.
Oh, keep
Get
it
your
close?
hands
Okay,
off
okay,
the
okay.
barrel.
Okay.
You can slide the mic
All
out of your
right,
way.
I'll slide it over here.
Get yourself in a comfortable position here where you're ready.
You're fine.
Okay.
That's all right. Okay, let me just get the timer ready.
OMG, are you
Wow, I haven't
ready?
done this in so long. Guys, don't laugh at
This
my,
is summer
drop it.
camp
know
with
what?
the
I feel like
monkeys.
this would have been a great drinking game.
It would
Like-
be.
Yeah.
Once you drop it, you gotta take a shot.
Oh, man.
All right, are you ready?
Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, don't.
All right. Oh my gosh, this is so much harder than I thought.
It's okay, you got this.
Take your time. Don't panic. You can do this. Actually, it's a good start. It's a good start.
Oh my gosh.
I think last time you played this, there were no monkeys at all. It was just the barrel.
Careful.
I'm just trying to figure
It's just
out.
going in there.
Oh my god, I'm struggling.
It's all right. Fine. Oh, there you go. Oh, almost. There you go. Yeah, I'm liking this. It's like a swing strategy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Monkeys do swing.
Oh, he had it.
Oh my gosh, this is so much harder than I thought.
You can do it. 20 seconds remaining.
What? Oh, I
Oh,
lost
a monkey
one.
jumped off.
Don't. Slow
Okay,
down.
we'll bring 'em back
Kris,
in.
Slow down.
There you go. Oh. 10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I
I
saw it.
sounded like a monkey there for a second. Don't worry. Slow
All right.
down. Slow down.
There you go, there you go,
There you go. Oh, you can still get it. Oh, not the
wire
not
doesn't
not the not the clip.
Time.
Oh.
I suck. I'm so sorry, guys.
You know what?
It's okay.
I think that wasn't too bad at all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is-
5 monkeys.
These monkeys are really tough. They need to start eating more
More carbs.
carbs.
Well, let's take a look at the monkey standings and see where you rank.
Oh, I definitely don't rank that high.
So, with 5 monkeys, actually, a lot of people finished with 5 monkeys.
Okay.
Let's see.
So you asked what the highest one, and it's 10 monkeys.
10.
Wow,
You're
that's
halfway
impressive.
there.
Yeah.
But I also think it depends on how you
You were
Pour
you
in.
were rushed.
The
You
pour,
felt
yeah,
rushed.
the pour is a really huge
So
thing.
you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place.
6th place. Tied with, let's see.
Kaylee Cerezo,
Cerezo,
Liz
Liz Marnock,
Marnock, Karina Bianchini,
Jalen Bradley.
Jarius.
I honestly think next time you invite me, I'm going to be practicing. I'm
there
going to
you
go
go.
buy this at the store and I'm going to be like, I need to practice so
Everyone,
I can beat.
you should have Barrel of Monkeys in your next booth.
I should, honestly. And then if you can get to 10, I'll give you a free tote bag.
Whoa, there you go.
It is, there is something, it is a cool game.
It
Like,
is.
It's been around a long time, and it's just like, there's something about it. It's like, I appreciated how, like, as soon as the game started, you were good. You were like ready to go.
Yeah.
I
It
appreciate
started
that.
off really well. And then
Yeah.
there's a bunch of monkeys that just did not want to come hang out with me.
Yeah, the monkeys can turn
Literally
on you,
hang
and like
out
one of them
with you.
jumped off there, like you
Yeah,
know,
and then I caught a wire for some reason. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, actually, one thing I was thinking we should do is
What?
incorporate like maybe I should make like a little tray
Okay.
that could be the play area. That way we'd avoid wires and things. That's probably a good upgrade we
we
can
should
make.
just get what's it called? A breakfast tray.
Or like a plate. A plate works too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll put like a logo on it or something.
There you go.
Branding.
There you go.
But there it is, everybody. That concludes this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
I wasn't a champion, but it's okay.
It's all right. And there it is. Well, we're coming towards the end of the show now.
Oh my goodness.
But I guess what's next for you?
What's next for us? Well, we got a summer collection going to be coming out soon.
Cool.
So we're working on that. We have some more Filipino-inspired clothing pieces. We are going to be coming out with something for Pride as well.
Oh, I love that.
We want to make sure that our LGBTQ family is also going to be included in our pieces, right? Just like how our Hello Mamser line has gone. So we want to give them some love as well. And then, we're just going to continue moving forward. We don't actually have any more pop-ups right now, but we're looking into Vancouver in the future.
Fun.
So that's possibly in April. And then, I'm going to lay low for a bit just to catch up on some sleep and some rest and work on, more pieces, because I just want to keep pumping out some stuff, but I want to make sure that the stuff that I pump out is actually good and it has meaning and it has references that everyone's going to understand. And so, that's what we got going on. But our website's always active, kalamansicollective.com. And yeah, we're restocking on certain things, but we're also letting go of some other pieces that are a fan favorite, but we'll bring it back in a fresh new way.
So pick them up before they're gone.
Yes, I will tell you right now which ones we're not restocking. We're not restocking the More Than Just Adobo shirts.
Oh, damn, I should have gotten one.
I know, yeah, we're running out of those ones. We have a limited edition jacket, so those are running low as well. And the Hello Mamster long sleeves. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like basically everything. So
Yeah, basically everything. You want to
set it
hurry up
on
and get your
there.
stuff. Yeah.
Get it now.
I was going to say, I feel like you should connect with Von Canton. I don't
Okay.
know if you know who he is.
No idea.
So he runs the Philippine I don't remember the
Von Fiesta Extravaganza. Although I guess now it's Fiesta Extravaganza.
That's what I was thinking. So
Cool.
he's in different. So it started off in Von Extravaganza, but
Yeah.
now he's reaching
got
all these
multiple cities,
other
yeah.
Wonderful.
provinces, cities.
Nice.
So I'm sure you can talk to him. I'll connect you with him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, we just came from Ottawa for Pinoy's on Parliament, and we connected with so many people across Canada, and it was amazing to hear that people from BC, Winnipeg, Calgary, Quebec, they all kind of knew my brand, and so that was so heartwarming to hear.
Awesome.
And just the support from all Canadians and Filipinos around the world has just been amazing.
Beautiful.
Love that. So make sure you check him out.
Yep. Kalamansi Collective. Once more, let them know. I mean, you said it, but website, Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah, kalamansicollective.com. Instagram is kalamansi.collective. So is our TikTok, kalamansi.collective. On our TikTok, you'll see me do weird dances, but we'll also see that on Instagram too. Thanks. So please entertain us. Or I hope my really cringe dancing entertains you.
Absolutely.
Or me stealing some lumpia entertains you as well.
Where can they find you personally?
Personally, views from Kris on Instagram, Kris with a K. Also Kalamansi with a K. But yeah, that's where you can find me. You can find me on Twitter. I'm not really active on it anymore, but Kris reports as well. They stole my verification. It's okay.
What if people wanted to figure out your noodle?
Oh no. Okay,
your
so
favorite noodles.
I have this noodle account that I just created because I had nowhere else to put my noodle content, and it's kris.noodles on Instagram. So if I haven't posted in months, but if
After Lent, go back.
after Lent and after I get my carbs, I do get one cheat day a week, so I'll have some noodles. But there's a whole page on me eating noodles.
What's your favorite noodle joint?
Ooh, noodle joint. Oh man,
I
that's
love noodles.
tough. Depends on what kind of noodle I'm looking for. Like, if you're looking for like Chinese noodles, Cantonese chow mein is really great. Pho. I mean, I'm not a huge pho person, but I'm not going to expose this place because my girlfriend asked me not to.
Oh,
but
damn.
it's in Richmond Hill, so there's one in Richmond Hill that's really good. And then Filipino noodles. Oh man, there's so many good types of noodles. I personally like pancit canton, the thick one, the thick pancit canton, but you got to put calamansi on that. That's the way it is. But there's one udon that I had in the States that was incredible. It was a bulalo udon from Google Room in the States. But also the spaghetti at BB's is phenomenal.
He knows all his noodles, so go check
do.
him out.
Regine, where can people find you?
You all can find me on my YouTube channel for The Pageant Sit Down. We were just live with Jose Ariel Diaz last week. The link is in the description. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at It's Regine Alaina. And if you're looking for pageant coaching, because pageant season is in full force right now, you can follow me at pageantcoaching.reginealaina. Link is all in the description, I hope, or just right here.
Should be down there.
Right here.
Yep.
Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here, where you're watching this very video, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. That's where you get all the best stuff. You get the sit down, you get the vlogs, you get the upcoming soon I'm Just Ken video. It's coming. I promise it's coming.
We'll see.
All the stuff is there. We will see. You can also find me on Instagram and X at Scott Dion Brown, but those are both just satellites for the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. You can also follow the show, The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok, The Sit Down with SDB on Insta, Sit Down Scott on X, and The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown on Facebook. You can also listen on Spotify. Hello to everybody watching on Spotify and other podcasting platforms. Everybody, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the
Kris.
like button. And Kris,
Thank you for joining
No,
us.
thank you for inviting me. I appreciate
Your
it.
first podcast.
My first
done.
podcast done. Oh man, that's crazy.
The first of many.
Yes.
We will see you all next week. Oh, the way we like to end the show, grab your mug. So you know how I started the show coming out of the camera? I'll get you. You can say goodbye to the people and then send it towards the camera. And we'll say bye first to everybody. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. And Chris,
This is my cheers that I was trying to do earlier.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh wait, we didn't cheers.
We didn't cheers.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did cheers.
We did cheers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot. Okay, there you go. There's
We'll
another one.
boomerang it. There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.